The US-Israel war on Iran is escalating. If you want to know what's going on, it's actually very hard to get a true and honest picture. So we know that we can't trust anything that comes out of the Trump administration, the White House. When the White House press secretary takes questions from reporters, quite often those talking points are simply replicated throughout the landscape. We know that Trump is messaging to his base and he's thinking of the midterms and possibly a third term. Trump isn't thinking about relaying the truth. He's thinking about the impact messaging will have on his base. And then there is normal optics or information management or PR or spin or even propaganda if you want. The impression has to be given that the US is winning the war. It's not just the media, it's also the intelligence services and other groups that are thinking of positioning. Anything negative, damage done, lives lost, all of that will be demoted and everything positive will be promoted. And anything that is promoted or highlighted or given the oxygen of publicity may not be true, or as Trump himself has said, it's hyperbole. For example, it's the 8th of March 2026 and Trump has posted on Truth Social that the British want to join the war now that it's already been won. And we know very clearly that it hasn't been won. And the British and Europeans don't want to join the war. And by the way, the fact that Trump is suggesting that the war has been won gives him an off-ramp. We also know that we can't trust traditional sources of information, which has come to be known as legacy media. We can't trust any media, legacy or not. And if you go into that rabbit hole, you come into media bias. And if you work your way through all sources, starting, for example, with Fox News that slants one way, going through all the other broadcasters that slant in their particular ways, and consider the fact that the Trump administration sues broadcasters, channels, sources that don't align. For example, Trump is suing the BBC. So taking all of that into consideration, if you want to know what's going on with the US-Israel attack on Iran, it can be difficult to know. And perhaps we'll never know, even when it's all over, because the US has to maintain its aura of invincibility.